we are now looking at the SPSS contingency analysis strategy. So again, the data entry is the same as we did under the PSPP demonstration in the earlier video. This is the way the setup is. As you can see, I'm in the data view, bottom left corner, highlighted yellow data view. I've entered my data 111222 for the smoking, and the SES socioeconomic status 123123, and this is the count, that is the observed frequency. I go to the variable view and I'm now defining my variables. The first is smoking, the label is smoking status, and the measure is a nominal variable. You are either in 1, 2, or 3 category. The socioeconomic status is the same, and I have it here, and then the count is the frequency, the label, and then the value. So if you click here, 1 is a smoker, 2 is a non-smoker, and then the same has been applied to the socioeconomic status. So here 1 is poor, 2 middle class, and 3 is rich. So now my data have been entered. They are primed for the weighting of the cases and then the analysis. So for the weighting of the cases, again we go under data, weight cases, and again we always weight by the count. So weight cases by the count, and that's what I'm going to move here, and I've got that. The next thing that I do is to click OK. For analysis, we go to Analyze, and we are now going to have to do something different from what we did. Earlier on, we did the non-parametric, but this time we are not going to do that. We go to the descriptive statistics, and under the descriptive statistics, you will see cross tabs. That's what you select, cross tabs. So when we select that, we get this pop-up here. Again, remember, you have to know how you coded your rows and the columns. The rows were for the smoking, the columns were for the socioeconomic status. So all I'm doing here is to place the various variables in their respective places. So for the smoking, I coded it in the rows. Socioeconomic status was coded for the columns. Now that I'm done, I can go to the statistics, and the statistics that I'm looking for is here, chi-square. That is all I need to select here. I click continue, then I go to cells, and here I can tell SPSS the things I want to display in the cells. By default, observed frequency have been selected for me. I can include the expected frequency as one of the things that I need. I could, if I wanted, put them in percentages, but I'm not interested in that. All I need is these two. I click OK, and now the data are set for me to analyze. So when I click OK, this is my analysis. This is the poor, middle class, rich. This is the smoker and non-smoker. So we can see these were the numbers that we had: 25, 26, 18, 28, and 2. Expected frequencies have been put here for us: 31.4, 23.7, and all the way to the end. And then we have the totals. But this is what that table would be like. The most important thing is, however, down here. And here is where the data have now been analyzed for significance. And we see here the chi-square value is 8.0 0.903, the degrees of freedom is 2, and then this is the most important thing we look for, the significance, and here it is 0.012. We are comparing this 0.012 to the conventional alpha level of 0.05. If the significance we get here is less than the conventional alpha level, then we know that this chi-square figure we got is telling us that there are statistically significant associations. Now remember, here we are looking at the associations or relationship between a person's socioeconomic status and whether they smoke or do not smoke. So the analysis, because the significance here is less than 0.05, is telling us that there is a specific statistically significant association between a person's socioeconomic status and whether they smoke or do not smoke. That is how you interpret this analysis.